Well, any hopes that we may have had of Afghanistan actually doing India a favor have severely taken a beating after that particular performance from the Afghanistan batting. One
Afghanistan actually didn't do you a favor.
at
That is
all.
the Indian team, not this time, but even
In
the last time you
2021,
would
correct,
remember
correct.
after India had lost to Pakistan first and then to New Zealand, you were dependent on that result of New Zealand versus Afghanistan, and what happened there we all know. So what has happened today?
Well, as it turns out, the Pakistan bowlers, Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf, put in a wonderful performance. They restricted the batsmen. They got consistent wickets, 6 wickets. That tells you that story on itself. None of the Afghanistan batsmen really got going beyond a point. Few got starts, wasn't enough, and it didn't help matters that in the later part of the innings, wickets fell in clusters. That's never going to be getting you enough runs, and in conditions where it gets easier to bat in the second innings. 130.
To be very honest, after India had lost to Pakistan and then to Sri Lanka yesterday, there was the only glimmer of hope that you could have expected was, to Pakistan to lose all their matches.
Sri Lanka and then
Yeah, and Sri Lanka would go on to win all their matches. Then net run rate would also go your
come into
way.
play, correct?
And so a lot of those things had to happen. But as of now, as things stand, the moment Pakistan won the toss, those hopes also
Took a little bit of a
started to diminish. And now that, as you said, Afghanistan, they've posted 130 or 29.
129%.
129 for 6. That is what Afghanistan has posted. Mind you, this is Sharjah, although wicket could be a bit slow, but what we've seen in this tournament so far is batting second is
Very, very
the preferred
advantageous.
choice because of obvious reasons, because it is easier to bat under floodlights, and Sharjah is a smallish ground. Although Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan are not the kind of players who will go bang bang right from the start, but
130 runs suits their template.
But exactly suits their template, and Afghanistan will need early wickets. They have the bowlers, the
Mujibs, the Rashids,
even their
Nabi.
and even their fast bowler, the left
Yes,
arm fast bowler
Fazal Farooqi.
Farooqi, so they have the kind, but they will need early wickets for this Pakistan team to trouble, because they must be high on confidence. Especially, I don't know, maybe everybody was expecting that India and Pakistan will play a final. Rizwan at least.
Three-match series.
Mohammad Rizwan at least thought that this was going to be a 3-match series, but for India, that didn't happen. Yeah.
So if you look at the scorecard, besides Ibrahim Zadhan, no one really made, and even his knock, by the way, was slow. 94 strike, right? Ugh. In a T20 match. Again, Gurbaz continued to impress, but only a quick start. Again, 17 of 11. Not the knock that they would have been expecting from him. And then the middle order, or low middle order, absolutely crumbled. And that was it. That was the end of it. Once Nabi went, and you're dependent on Rashid Khan, and we know, I mean, he can hit. But, I mean, you saw it there. He was swinging. He missed the first 2 balls. Then a 6
So are you saying that it's as good as over for India and Afghanistan both?
I said yesterday that Sri Lanka have it in the bag, and it came shockingly true. So I'm refraining from any predictions today. But yeah, I think Afghanistan will need a lot to get this, to get a result. And even then, by the way, it might not do India a lot of favors. Because again, you'd remember that India would need to be demolishing Afghanistan to get that run rate really high. And you would be hoping that Pakistan's net run rate drops. So there's a lot of permutations and combinations here. I don't know. I mean, but of course, for a fact that if Pakistan win today, then that's it. None of these permutations combinations matter.
Shane, to be very honest, Afghanistan is a very good team that has that ability to punch above its weight, but it's a high pressure game, big games, and that is when your big match experience and the experience of playing those big games come in. So unfortunately for Afghanistan, they haven't been in situations like this, like the one that they have today. For example, it's a must-win game against a team that is high on confidence, that is Pakistan, that had just beaten India, just a couple of days ago or a few days ago. They are high on confidence. So to be very honest, I wasn't expecting. I was expecting, Afghanistan can push Pakistan to a certain limit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bowling is their perhaps their stronger suit.
Absolutely.
So let's see if they can still make a match out of it. But as for I would be a little skeptical as far as a win for Afghanistan is concerned.
I mean, it would be very, very unlikely at this point, let's be fair. I mean, you're chasing 130 odd. You have two batsmen who like to accumulate at the top. I'd not be surprised if they get a 10-wicket win or an 8-wicket win.
So the next chat that you do, what would be the title or the thumb for the title or the thumb for that?
Indian hopes over.
Hopes. That means you still had hopes.
Yeah, I mean, technically, mathematically, you had hopes. We're not talking reality here. I mean, mathematically.
Game over for Team India. Asia Cup over for India.
Asia Cup over for India. Could be.
India were the defending champions, by the way.
Actually, yes. People tend to forget that.
Sri Lanka has won this Asia Cup 5 times. India has won this Asia Cup 7 times.
Yeah.
And India had won this Asia Cup in 2018, but that was in the ODI format.
Correct.
And next year also, again, it will be in
ODI format.
ODI format. Next year, by the way, Pakistan is the host, if I'm not wrong.
No, I think I remember Pakistan hosting the major tournament was the Champions Trophy. But that's 2025, according to the FTP. So
I think Asia Cup next year the hosts are Pakistan, if I'm not wrong.
Interesting.
Next title should be हमें तो अपनों ने लूटा गैरों में कहाँ दम था. That's what Anish is saying.
Good one,
Okay.
Anish.
I think confirm. Sekat is saying, Nikhil sir, see, it will take time for him also to come back and recuperate after spending
a very, very busy time over there.
Busy time. Although the Indian team tried its best to keep him busy, I would say. Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
If you win, then also you are busy. If you don't win,
then you're
also,
even busy. So.
Then you have to dissect
everything. Right?
Epic. I think India must not. Okay.
He's saying that India shouldn't qualify, that we don't deserve to.
It's very unlikely. Alex Hales can return after 3 years. Tim David can debut, but Samson cannot. How do we know, Ankit, and how do you know that Sanju Samson? Why do you think that?
He's been in the scheme of things recently.
Exactly. And Shane, I think after this T20 World Cup, a lot will change or rather should change. Although this is what we expected after the 2021.
As you were pointing out, you guys were having these same discussions on these platforms.
So I'll tell you, Shane, we were sitting, we're doing a session on some platform, and so we asked each other, okay, that what will change, and we were things will change, heads will roll, Falana will happen, Dimkana will happen, something in all that sort, and so somebody asked, okay, you tell me, what will be the change? Will you remove Rohit Sharma? Will you remove KL Rahul? Will you remove Virat Kohli? Will you remove Surya Kumar Yadav, who had just
come into the setup?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Will you remove Hardik Pandya? Will you remove Rishabh Pant? Will
all
you
the
remove
questions.
Ravindra Jadeja? Will you remove Jasprit Bumrah? No.
All there.
The answer was a flat no.
Resounding
by the way.
no. Yeah.
Exactly. It was a flat no. Why? Because we knew that they will continue with the same setup. But I still feel that after this T20 World Cup, that is in October, November, things will change. A lot of players will have to now focus after the T20 World Cup, will have to focus on the other formats. And, maybe you will divide the team in that manner. Can selector give rest to KL Rahul for the World Cup? Similarly, Shikhar rest for last year World Cup. Utkarsh, I'll tell you, Shikhar was dropped from the ODI or T20, test, first test setup. But and I thought that he had resigned to that
fate
decision. That no, because if he wanted to, he would have gotten back to domestic cricket. He would have played. So Shikhar's is a little different case, but yes, in ICC tournaments, Shikhar is
exceptional.
Is an asset. But maybe they are not looking at Shikhar Dhawan. They are already looking beyond Shikhar Dhawan. Vignesh, Rohit, Rahul, Virat.
I mean, trio. I don't know. Aren't they grooming KL Rahul for captaincy?
I thought KL Rahul was still very young.
Potential, lots of potential. So much potential.
Mujib magic will work and today Afghanistan will win. That is what
Saikat
Saikat Chatterjee
with
say.
some very good
Saikat, we'll
optimism.
have to wait and see, but for the time being, you'll have to let us go, and we'll be back after the match, hoping.
Hoping and praying that. Well, yeah, let's see. Maybe
I
live
don't
to
know
fight
whether
another
this
day.
is hoping against hope, but see you. Tata.
Bye bye.